At the beginning of the story, we see a special FBI agent, John, who had come to a museum in Rome. John had received news that a famous thief, Nolan Booth, has planned to steal from the museum. He wants to steal a precious golden egg from the museum. Despite John's repeated explanations, the museum director did not listen to John. He had full faith in the museum's security, but John kept his checking and made such a revelation that everyone was surprised. While checking the egg, John understood that this egg is fake. The real egg has already been stolen. To turn his suspicion into certainty, John poured soda on it. Just then, the alarm started ringing in the museum. Everyone started running here and there. Nolan was also present there. On seeing him, John understood that he is the thief. Then John started running after him, but Nolan used his amazing parkour skills to leave all the guards behind. John chased Nolan in a tremendous way and even stopped him for once, but our thief was very clever, that John. Nolan made a very risky move. He jumped inside a pipe and slid and ran to the other side, but John still did not give up. He got inside a Porsche and started chasing Nolan in the historic streets of Rome. Despite all the efforts of the agent, Nolan managed to escape from there very cleverly. After about 56 hours of this incident, Nolan was celebrating his victory. With a candle in one hand, the second egg was in it. He was thinking that he is the most clever thief in the world, but his feeling lasted for a few moments only. John, along with his entire team, was sitting on Nolan's place. There was no way to escape, so John kept him safe, but Nolan was still not able to understand how they find him. On this, John told him that a thief named Bishop has told him about his place. Bishop is the world's #1 most wanted thief, and Nolan is #2, who has been trying to take Bishop's place for a long time. Well, the stolen egg was secured to be taken to the custody of Interpol, but during the operation itself, a twist came. An undercover agent replaced the real egg with a fake one, and that agent was none other than Bishop himself. The next day, the situation worsened for John. He was accused of helping the thieves because evidence was found against him, in which a Swiss account was opened in his name, in which $8 million were deposited. This destroyed John's reputation. All the money he had earned by working for so many years was wasted. He was arrested and put in a maximum security prison in the snowy mountains of Russia. His cellmate would be Nolan. As there was no other way, they both had to shake hands. Nolan, locked in this cold prison of Russia, slowly starts to understand the whole situation. The real mastermind behind his arrest is none other than Bishop, a clever thief whom no one has been able to catch till date. Nolan told that it is not just about that egg. This egg is the key to a very big reward. An Egyptian billionaire has promised that whoever brings all the 3 eggs to him before his daughter's wedding will get a reward of $300 million. 2 eggs have been found, but the third one is still a mystery. Nolan told that he was searching for these 3 eggs for this reason, but his plan got spoiled without any reason due to John's arrival. Now it was clear that Bishop was also behind those eggs. She framed both of them so that neither anyone could steal her egg nor anyone could find it. During their conversation, the guards caught them and took them in front of the jail wardens. Both of them were surprised when they saw that Bishop herself was waiting for them there. Without any fear, she was standing wearing the dress of a jail officer. Her style was different. She gave Nolan an offer. She already had 1 egg and had made a plan to steal the second one. If he helps her in finding the third egg, she will give him 10% of the reward. Nolan made fun of her offer and immediately refused. Bishop was not affected by his refusal, and she quietly left from there. But before leaving, she said one thing: "I will always be 2 steps ahead of you." John was now angry with Nolan that there was such a good opportunity to get out of the jail. "You bastard, you let it go." But still, he told Nolan that if both of us join hands, then it will be a little easier to escape from this jail. He did not have to rot in this jail all his life. John's plan was to stop Bishop and get the eggs back so that he could regain his lost freedom. Nolan was hesitant at first, but later agreed. He thought that if Bishop was caught and he escaped from the jail, he would become the world's most wanted thief. Now both of them started planning to get out of this dangerous jail. The first step of their plan was the incident in the dining hall where Nolan makes a well-thought-out move. He started shouting loudly that John is an undercover FBI agent. Hearing this, a big and dangerous prisoner immediately got angry, and a fight broke out between him and John. The entire jail was in chaos, and the guards came running to calm everything down. Both Nolan and John were dragged out. John angrily shouted at Nolan to not do do such a thing again, but Nolan said that this is a part of my plan. During that chaos, he had stolen a key card, which was very important for them to get out of the jail. Seeing his key card, John also calmed down a bit. Well, later during their conversation, Nolan told that his father was also a policeman who never praised him, and Nolan always wanted only his attention. So he thought that the police pays the most attention to whom? The thief, so I become the thief. This conversation deepened the relationship between them a little more. Now they worked together on the future plan. First of all, they had to make a key card. They will have to make a temporary bomb for which they will need soap, toothpaste, and nitric acid will be used. This blast, done with great care by them, created chaos in the jail. The attention of the guards was diverted, which gave them a chance to escape. The next step was to slowly loosen a stone present in the jail wall, which gave them a way to escape from there. When the blast created chaos in the jail, both of them together started climbing the high walls of the jail. There were many difficulties in between. Nolan fell from an icy rock and was about to fall down, but John caught him in time. They somehow reached a helicopter landing pad. The guard present there was busy on his phone. He was enjoying Russian music while looking at Putin's photo, so he did not know that Nolan and John had reached there. John immediately knocked the guard unconscious, after which Nolan ran and boarded the helicopter. On the other hand, John was fighting with the guard chasing him. Then this guard fired from the rocket launcher. Now the rocket went straight and hit the same bridge where John was present, but John somehow managed to escape to the other side, but that massive explosion alerted the helicopter. Nolan could have taken the helicopter and left alone, but he did not want to leave John behind. He started firing on the guards with the help of the minigun mounted on the helicopter so that they would retreat. John took advantage of this opportunity and jumped on the helicopter and got on. Just then, another missile was seen in the air. John used his brain, opened the other door of the helicopter as well, and that missile went straight through the middle of the helicopter and hit a mountain. After this, they immediately left from there in the helicopter. On the other hand, Bishop was watching all this happening from a distance with a calm mind. From someone else's computer in London, she sent a secret message to Interpol to tell that John and Nolan have been released from jail. Smiling at her cleverness, she started preparing for her next move. Meanwhile, Nolan and John went to an old friend of Nolan's. They meet their trusted friend Tambu, who brings them a new plane. Nolan's sources have found the other egg. It is with a famous arms smuggler in Spain, and they have found out the location of his house. The plan was simple. They have to go to his house and steal the egg, but it was very risky. His house was no less than a fort. Guards with guns were standing at some distance. There were around 90 cameras in the whole house, which had left no corner of the house untouched. The egg was present in a special safe, which was made of half a meter thick titanium. Despite all this, they made a deep fake video to carry out the theft. Along with this, they will use a clever trick so that they can get the dealer's phone and extract its password. After this, we see the same arms smuggler in Spain who had organized a grand party at his house. John dressed like a rich guest and mingled with the party, while Nolan was lost in the party serving drinks to the people disguised as a waiter. John saw that Bishop has also come to this party. Both of them looked at each other, and Bishop gave a light smile and went away from there. But before John could do anything, our arms smuggler came on the stage and started giving a long speech. John took advantage of this opportunity and secretly went behind and stole the dealer's phone. Both of them did not know that Interpol officer Agent Das was also quietly watching everything in the party. Nolan pretended to spoil John's clothes by spilling wine on him, after which both of them left from there on the pretext of going to the washroom to clean their clothes. In the bathroom, they hacked the dealer's phone and took the password. The guards got 45 seconds to change their duty, taking advantage of which they quickly reached the vault. There was a very thick titanium door in front of the vault, but their deep fake trick worked, and the vault opened. Inside, they saw many rare and precious artifacts, and in the middle of all of them was kept the second golden egg. Both of them were now very happy, but suddenly the alarm started ringing. The security guards were immediately activated, after which Agent Das was now standing with a gun pointed at them. John showed agility and hit her gun. Now on one side was Bishop, and on the other side was John and Nolan. There was a fierce fight between both the camps. The three of them were fighting fiercely in that small place. John and Nolan tried to fight Bishop together, but Bishop defeated both of them with his agility and cleverness. Just then, the dealer of the killers entered the vault and told that he was in cahoots with Bishop. Hearing this, Nolan and John were stunned. Soon, both of them were caught. The next day, when both of them gained consciousness, they saw that they were tied up in the basement of the house of the smuggler of killers. While interrogating both of them, the dealer asked for the location of the third egg. Nolan immediately started making up a story. He said that the egg is hidden somewhere in Egypt. This was completely true, but the dealer calmed down for a while. Then Bishop deceives the dealer and gives him champagne in which she had already mixed drugs. In order to celebrate, the dealer also drank that alcohol, after which he suddenly fell down and started having trouble breathing. After this, Bishop came out of the vault with a smile on her face. She came out with the third egg and left John and Nolan tied there so that they could face the consequences of her actions. After some time, the armed smuggler got a senses and he was seeing everything blurry, and in anger he started firing bullets at both of them. One of these bullets cut the ropes of John and Nolan. Now, after getting free, both of them secretly left from there, but as soon as they came out from there, they reached directly in the middle of a bull ring. Due to the dust, their eyes got dazzled for a while. Then they saw that the crowd of people around was clapping loudly. Then a very big, angry bull came running towards them. Its horns were shining. Nolan waved his hand nervously, which looked like a matador. The crowd thought that he was going to fight with the bull, and they all got very excited. John somehow saved himself from that bull by turning around with great difficulty, while Nolan fell on the wall of the bull ring. But he got angry, and both of them somehow got out of the crowd and disappeared in the narrow streets. When everything calmed down, John opened his heart for the first time, and with some hesitation, he told that his father was a famous thief. But one day when he was hurt, he cheated him and went away. Because of this betrayal, he decided to join the police force, because now he had started hating thieves like his father. Nolan was listening carefully and could feel his pain. In the end, he also told him a secret that he wanted to know where the third egg was. Nolan told that after World War II, a German officer fled to Argentina with a suitcase which contained some treasure and a watch. Now the secret of the egg's location is hidden inside that watch. There is a code which on solving will lead them to the egg. Many years later, Nolan's father, who was an expert treasure hunter, found that watch. While solving all the clues, he reached an old Nazi bunker which was hidden in the jungles of Argentina. Nolan spent years piecing together the pieces of this story, and today he found the last piece as well. Now, being ready, John and Nolan set out towards the jungle. Passing through dense forests and dangerous swamps, they finally reached that old bunker. As soon as they went inside, the lights of the bunker suddenly turned on. It seemed as if time had stopped. They found a lost treasure beyond a strong steel door, shiny old items from the Nazi era, and in between them was the third egg of Cleopatra, which was shining in the dim light. But their happiness didn't last long as they went to get the egg. Bishop enters there. Her calm face is a proof that she was following them from the beginning. Soon after that, Agent Das reached there with his elite SWAT team. That small bunker had now become a battlefield. Bullets were being fired from all sides which were covering the steel walls. Everyone's aim was to get hold of the treasure. In the middle of this chaos, John, Nolan, and Bishop saw an opportunity and entered an old car. They drove the car very fast to save themselves, but suddenly the road ended and it fell straight into the river after crossing a very high bridge. Nolan soon came out of the water and the egg was in his hand. But as soon as he came to know that John was missing, he without thinking dropped the egg and went back into the water in search of his friend, but John had already come out of the water. Then a big truth came out that John was actually deceiving everyone. From the beginning, John and Bishop were a team. They did not hate each other but loved each other. They were stealing together. This was all a game. All their planning was only to use Nolan so that he would tell them the location of the third egg. Both of them played their roles so well that Nolan could not understand anything. They tied Nolan to a tree. He kept watching helplessly, and in front of his eyes, John and Bishop disappeared from there with 3 eggs in the forest. The betrayal hurt Nolan's heart, but he decided that he will defeat both of them. On the other hand, a grand celebration was going on in Egypt in a big palace which was decorated very beautifully. The daughter of the same Egyptian billionaire was getting married, and now that special moment would soon come when the billionaire would present all the 3 eggs together to the world. All the 3 eggs were brought in front of everyone with great pomp and show, but in the middle of this celebration, suddenly Agent Das and her Interpol team raided the place and broke the door and entered inside. inside. The agent suddenly took control of the whole situation. The music suddenly stopped. The sounds of screaming took over. There was chaos everywhere. All the guests got a little scared when these soldiers seized the 3 eggs. Her husband Azmi was also handcuffed and taken away with their gang in shame. The police did not spare even the bride and took her along with them. John and Bishop were watching all this from a hidden place. Without being seen by anyone, both had a light smile on their faces, and soon they quietly left from there. They had got their 300 million, so now nothing mattered to them. After about 6 months, John and Bishop were enjoying luxury on an expensive yacht in the calm sea of Italy, but suddenly Nolan made an entry and surprised both of them. Smiling, he climbed on the deck of the yacht. Nolan, without getting nervous, picked up a tablet and showed his masterstroke. He had found out all their accounts in which they had filled money, and he gave all these details to Interpol. Hearing this, both John and Bishop were shocked. All their accounts were frozen, and they had nothing left now. Nolan jokingly said that I have dealt with the thieves, right? But he did not make fun of them for long. He said that I have an idea of stealing, but he could not carry out this mission alone. He cannot do it. He needs both of them. John straight away refused, saying that he doesn't want to work with him, but Bishop understood that they didn't have any money, so what choice did she have other than agreeing to Nolan? Now where are they going to commit the robbery? This will be known in the next movie, which has not yet come. When it comes, we will make a video on it. Until then, subscribe to the channel.